In your opinion, the fight between Superman and Doomsday is stronger, and who will win? Doomsday first appeared in the famous DC Comics comic event, The Death of Superman 1992 to 1993. He is an artificial creature from the planet Krypton, created by scientist Bertron in an effort to perfect an invincible species. The process of creating Doomsday was cruel. He was killed thousands of times in a harsh environment, and each time he was reborn, he became stronger, surpassing what had destroyed him. Doomsday was released from a spaceship buried deep in the ground. With no goals or motives, Doomsday only wanted to destroy and kill, turning him into an uncontrollable primal force. His overwhelming power and unstoppable hostility quickly attracted the attention of Superman and the Justice League. Remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and turn on notifications to see the earliest videos. Thank you. When Doomsday breaks free from his cosmic coffin, he begins a relentless rampage across the Mid-America. The Justice League, which includes members like Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Maxima, Fire, Ice, and Bloodwind, confront him. However, they quickly realize that Doomsday's power far exceeds their capabilities. Booster Gold is attacked to the point that he has to be saved by Superman. The Justice League is left helpless, and only Superman is strong enough to face this threat. Superman arrives just in time as Doomsday approaches Metropolis, the capital of hopes and dreams in the DC universe. Their battle is one of the most iconic in comic book history. The two are evenly matched, and each strike is earth-shattering. Doomsday uses pure brute strength, combined with his regenerative abilities and resistance to pain, to make him an unstoppable monster. Superman used his wits and fighting skills, trying to exploit every opening Doomsday had, but this was not enough to stop Doomsday immediately. The battle stretched from the outskirts to the center of Metropolis. During the fight, each of their punches destroyed buildings, creating shockwaves that shook the city. Superman was severely injured, but he did not back down because he knew that if he failed, millions would die. Doomsday was not only a killing machine, he also had the ability to learn and adapt. Every time Superman defeated him in a short period of time, he would recover an attack with twice the power. This forced Superman to constantly adjust his strategy. One of the most memorable moments was when Doomsday destroyed a bus full of passengers. Superman rushed to save the people, but this left him with an opening that Doomsday did not miss. The monster threw a powerful punch at Superman, sending him flying through several buildings. As the battle reached its climax, Superman and Doomsday were nearly exhausted. Each was severely injured, their bodies covered in blood. However, Doomsday continued to attack relentlessly, and Superman had no choice but to put all his remaining strength into one final blow. In the climax, both of them threw their strongest punches. The terrible force of the punch destroyed everything around them and brought both of them down. Superman, the hero of Earth, sacrificed his life to protect humanity. Doomsday was also destroyed, but at a great cost. Superman's death sent shockwaves through the superhero community and people around the world. Superman's funeral was held in a grand manner, attended by other heroes such as Batman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. He was seen as a symbol of hope, and his loss left a void that was difficult to fill. However, Doomsday was not completely destroyed. His ability to adapt and regenerate allowed him to return to life in subsequent appearances. This created a never-ending cycle of confrontation between him and Superman. The battle between Superman and Doomsday was not simply a confrontation between two powerful entities. Superman, despite being the most powerful being on Earth, was willing to sacrifice himself to protect others. This made him a symbol not only of power but also of compassion and love for humanity. After Superman's death in battle with Doomsday, DC Comics opens an emotional story about his resurrection, called The Reign of the Supermen. In this story, Metropolis and the world face the consequences of the loss of Superman. When the people think that hope is lost, 4 characters named New Superman appear, each representing a part of Superman's identity. Steal John Henry Irons, a genius engineer who uses an iron suit to protect Metropolis. Superboy Connell, a genetic clone of Superman with a youthful and impulsive personality. Eradicator, an entity created from Kryptonian technology, representing the ideals of ruthless justice. Cyborg Superman, a half-human, half-machine entity with a dark secret. While all 4 characters fight for the title of Superman, they discover that the real Superman's body has been preserved in the Fortress of Solitude. In fact, Superman did not die completely but fell into a state of near immobility thanks to Krypton's biological abilities. With the help of Kryptonian technology and solar energy, Superman slowly recovered. While Superman was resurrected, Doomsday did not disappear completely. Doomsday's special ability allowed him to regenerate, not only stronger but also immune to the attacks that had defeated him. In his next appearance, he became an even more dangerous enemy, forcing the Justice League to find stronger solutions to deal with him. During the Hunter-Prey event, Doomsday returned and confronted Superman once again. But this time, Superman was more prepared. He received support from the Mother Box and advanced technology of New Genesis, which helped him increase his strength and better understand Doomsday's origin. In this fierce battle, Doomsday was sent to Apokolips, where he confronted Darkseid. Even Darkseid himself acknowledged that Doomsday was one of the most terrifying creatures to ever exist. In the end, Superman used a clever strategy to defeat Doomsday, but did not kill him outright. Instead, Doomsday was locked away in a sort of distant space tomb to prevent him from causing any harm. Doomsday became a symbol of an unstoppable threat, an opponent that even Superman had to worry about. His presence emphasized Superman's humanity. No matter how powerful he was still a limited being who needed to make sacrifices to protect what he loved. In the New 52 timeline, Doomsday underwent some changes to his origin and abilities. He became more powerful, gaining the ability to release a toxic gas that weakened any living thing that came into contact with it. Superman was once again challenged by Doomsday, and this time the fight was on a cosmic scale. During the Rebirth era, Doomsday returned to a more prominent role. He was a key figure in the Superman Doomed event, where Superman was forced to absorb some of Doomsday's power to defeat him, but this caused Superman to gradually mutate and become more dangerous. The Lord of Apocalypse recognized Doomsday's potential as the perfect weapon to destroy Superman. He sought to control Doomsday through Apocalypse technology and use him to carry out his plan to conquer Earth. Under Darkseid's control, Doomsday becomes more dangerous than ever. Darkseid uses the anti-life equation to manipulate Doomsday's will, transforming him into an invincible war machine. The combination of Doomsday's power and Darkseid's intellect creates an unprecedented threat to Superman. When Darkseid uses the anti-life equation and Apocalypse technology to turn Doomsday into a destructive puppet, Superman understands that this battle cannot be fought with physical force alone. He must find a way to destroy the control device before things get out of hand. During Doomsday's initial attack on Metropolis, Superman notices that his behavior is erratic. Unlike his previous random destructive instincts, Doomsday's attacks are targeted and strategic, targeting military facilities and global defense systems. Batman, with the help of the Justice League, analyzes the battle data and discovers a control signal coming from Apocalypse. This device was designed by Darkseid to completely control Doomsday's will, turning him into an absolute living weapon. Superman decides to break into Apocalypse to destroy the control device before Doomsday completely destroys the Earth. He must overcome a series of challenges. Thousands of parademons are deployed to prevent Superman from reaching the main base. Darkseid's trap Apocalypse is filled with advanced technology and energy from the Omega Beam, threatening Superman's life at every step. At the same time, Doomsday continues to ravage the Earth, forcing the Justice League to make every effort to hold him back. Superman finally reaches the control center of Apocalypse, where Darkseid is waiting. The two foes face off in an iconic battle. Darkseid uses his Omega Beam, forcing Superman to dodge in a confined space. Superman, despite being injured, uses his superior speed and strength to close in on Darkseid. However, Darkseid reveals that the control device is not only linked to Doomsday, but is also protected by a shield of Omega energy. Superman must find a way to disable the shield before destroying the device. As Superman attempts to destroy the device, Darkseid triggers Apocalypse self-destruct mode, threatening the survival of the entire planet. Darkseid makes it clear that if Superman destroys the device, Apocalypse will be wiped out and millions of innocent people on the planet will die. Superman, never one to give up, finds an alternative. He uses his powers to overload Apocalypse power systems, temporarily disabling the shield without triggering the self-destruct mode. In a self-destruct mode, in a decisive moment, Superman destroys the control device, freeing Doomsday from Darkseid's influence. With Doomsday freed, he is no longer under Darkseid's control. In a rage, Doomsday turns on Darkseid, forcing the Apocalypse Lord to temporarily retreat via boom tube to avoid being destroyed. Superman, though exhausted, uses his final moments to convince Doomsday to leave Apocalypse. Despite not fully understanding Doomsday's language or will, Superman manages to lead him away from the danger zone, returning them both to Earth. He not only saves Doomsday from Darkseid, but also protects millions of lives on Apocalypse, proving that even with the most dangerous of enemies, Superman tries to find the most humane way to solve problems. It's not that Doomsday can't be defeated. Heroes must do more than repeat the same efforts with their brute strength and abilities. They have to be better, think outside the box, and more. This makes Doomsday one of the most refreshing villains ever created, and he continues to evolve. What do you think of this fight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much.